Hey guys, it's Kevin. In our last video we made a book post type, and here's one of the posts from that post type. If I click edit here, we'll see that I'm in the books post type and I have access to some custom fields, a book art and an ISBN number. However, those custom fields are not on the view or the template side of our site here. So our goal would be to get those custom fields into this design. For this particular setup, we have our custom fields inside this meta box. I'm not really going to move anything around here. And if you're not familiar with post types, WordPress adds post types to the front end using what's called template files. And these template files correspond to single.php. And then if it's available, it will look for single dash the post type ID name, which in our case is tr_book.php. If we weren't using this ID, if I had commented this out, for example, then WordPress would be looking for single-book. And the reason for that is the name that we use as the singular for our post type gets lowercased and underscored, and then that becomes the ID. So in our case, the underscore and a lowercase version of book is lowercase book. Pretty simple. Now the theme that we are using in this example is 2019. Your theme can be different, but ultimately you're looking for the single.php or single dash your post type ID name. So I'm going to change this back and delete these comments. So in this case, we're going to look for the single.php template file, and that'll be in the root of the directory here for the theme. So that's single. And then the single template file pulls in another template for the loop, and that's content/content single under template parts. So I'm going to template parts, content, and I'm going to look for content-single here. I'm going to pull that file up. Now inside this file, we have a header file. So templates header entry. So I'm going to look for that. Template parts, header, entry header. And then here we can see the title for the page. So if I comment this out, save that, refresh the page, you see our title went away. So we're in the right place. And then I want to add that ISBN number. So if I do an H3 here, PHP echo, let's do ISBN number. Let's just see how this looks. And here we go, ISBN number. H3 is a little big. I'm going to make that an H6 just so it looks a little bit nicer. Okay, and now we need to figure out how to get this ISBN number from our back end into the front end. And as you'll notice, when I hover over ISBN, there's this little bug icon and it has TR posts field. So I can just click on that and copy it. Go back to my theme here and then echo that data out. And let's see what happens. Go view this page, and now my ISBN number is right there in the theme. So that's quite nice. If you don't have the debug little icon there, look inside of your TypeRocket installation, wherever you have it installed. Go to config, look in app, and make sure that your debug mode here, debug, is turned to true. If you're not using WP debug, you can always just set this to true here. However, it's going to look for the WP debug default, which is in your wp-config.php file. If you scroll to the bottom, you should see it here. If you don't, go ahead and add this and turn it to true. We'll close that out, close this, and go back to our entry header. So here I have the post type field, except I haven't escaped it yet, so I need to escape that data. I'm going to escape the HTML. Make sure we sanitize that. Always sanitize your user entered data. And then that should be good to go. So now I have my ISBN number. Inside of the content though, I would like that thumbnail to pick up and display. So if I go back over to my book and edit it, we'll see that TypeRocket also gives me a little debug code here. So I'll copy that, go back to the template file. Side of here, I'll just echo out the image. And if we look here, this syntax is a little bit different than the one that we had for the header. Notice that it's just the ID of the field, ISBN, whereas this has some prefix. It has a colon image, colon full, colon book art, and that book art is the ID of the field. However, this extra stuff here tells us that we want an image tag and we want it to use the full version of that image. So if I save this again, and we'll see that the full image is here underneath the content or above the content. If I wanted to use a thumbnail, I would just replace full with thumbnail. Refresh the page, and now it's the thumbnail. If I didn't want that, maybe I wanted the full version, but I actually just want the image source. I can do image source there. And then it will say array to string conversion, and that's because whenever you get the image source files, WordPress returns an array. So I'll do a var dump on this. And here we'll see the first ID of that array is the URL for our image, and then we have some other information. So I could do that, or I could just return the book art itself, and I don't have to use that special syntax. And if I do that, then it's just going to return the ID, which is 18, of that media asset. However, in our case, we do want the full image. So let's just do that here. It's just a quick syntax to be able to add images to the page. And there you go. Now we have our custom fields inside of the front end of our site. And we can do this for all the types of fields that come with TypeRocket. If you wanted to know more about this TR post types field, we'll cover more about these in the fields section, but this is strictly just for the post types to see how to get information in and out of our templates. So we won't be covering this in depth. However, it is important to know that some fields have this colon syntax. If you wanted the raw data that's stored in your metadata section of your site, then just exclude the colon syntax. And there you have it. We have added our custom fields to the front end of our site, and you can customize this for any of your themes however you like.